Sports card hobby family, today we're talking about the CSA Chantilly show. My first one I just went to over the weekend. It's a full recap. Was it a hit or was it a complete and utter miss? Stick around. What's going on, sports card hobby family? Another day, another sports card video. You like that? You like that? How are you doing? Hope you're having an amazing weekend. We had some bad news at our neighborhood pool, which we go to frequently. The whole fam can go down there, have a good time, and so forth. But we had a little bit of an emergency. Got an email, hey, pool is closed for the next couple of weeks because of glass that was broken in the pool. And I'm thinking, who brings glass into the pool? It was actually a mask. It was actually kind of like a scuba mask, and I guess it was tempered glass or something, and it broke, and that was the reason why they had to drain the pool and shut it down. So we are in full-blown panic mode trying to figure out what we're going to do here over the weekend with our little ones. Huge thanks to today's video sponsor, DC Sports 87. Maybe you want to sell on eBay, but it's a lot of work to package and to list. Maybe there's a return to deal with. I ship a lot of my stuff off to DC Sports 87. They run it off at auction. Payments are made to me very easily. It's just a very quick and easy solution to selling on eBay when you're running at auctions and maybe just don't have the time for all of those details. Check out DC Sports 87. Let's talk first about pickups. We'll go through the whole show, but let's talk about pickups and actually sales. So what happened here is one of my hobby friends, Dave, he reached out to me maybe a week ago or so and was like, hey, I've been on the wait list to exhibit at the Chantilly show for about 2 years, and I finally got the call. Do you want to join me? Come and hang out at the booth and go to the Chantilly show. And it's about a 4-hour drive from me. I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to pull it off, but I was like, you know what? I think I can actually make that happen this coming weekend. So I did join up with Dave, one of my longtime hobby friends. He also happens to be one of the largest star basketball buyers. He sells some, but he buys a lot. And so he operates in that star basketball world. One of my pickups over the weekend with him is the 84 star, the Rookie of the Year. This is one of the 4 cards that make up the quadrant that is 84 star Jordan.
Followed up Jordan with the recovery, and Jordan is fouled. The basket counts.
So I'm pairing that one with the 101 that I picked up, as well as the Olympic card. And I just have the oversized 5x7 Court Kings card, which has an amazing picture on it. Amazing card, too. Actually, Dave had one there. I will get that card and finish it out. I think it's going to take a little bit of time, though. I need to kind of recover from some of the big purchases. But I feel really good that I've almost got that full series of the 4 main cards from that 84 star Jordan set. And I've also been picking up, too. It's funny how we talk about parallels and base cards. Base cards are trash these days. Well, I've been picking up Magic and Larry as well, but only the base cards. So with Star, you'll have the base cards, but then you also have subsets where it's like assist leader, or it'll say checklist or something on it. And there might be many, many subsets for these particular players. And of course, there's lots of players outside of Magic and Larry, but I've been mainly picking up those 3 guys, Jordan, Magic, Larry, kind of starting there. But their Star really dominates with the photos, man. There's some really great shots. There's not a lot of 80s basketball cards. So I really appreciate the photography with Star. I'm going to have a follow-up video explaining more. There's a lot of misconceptions with Star basketball cards from the 80s. And I'm going to make a video probably this coming week over the next few days because it's going to take some time to put together. There's a lot of little nuance to that video, but it will be coming out. So keep an eye out on that one. So I met up with Dave, and Friday the show was pretty busy. I actually did end up selling a couple of Baker Mayfield PSA 10 rookies that I had just kind of held over that I had picked up. And those were bought by dealers. And also one guy said, hey, I sell a lot of cards on TikTok. So the live selling apps, I guess he said people have been looking for Baker Mayfield stuff. My Baker Mayfield stuff lasted for about an hour right when I got to the show, 3 cards, and they were gone. I did have a viewer come up and give me a Breeze National Treasures card. Very cool. Just saying thank you. He's been watching the channel for a long time, so always appreciate that. And I also had, so Chris, baseball card collector, investor, dealer, he was there set up. And I won recently his Price is Right challenge.
You guys have fun and go win it. Go win it all.
All right, congrats to the Snowman for advancing to the finals. He will face off against the Sports Card Dad in the finals on Saturday for the Grand Championship of the Universe. Hope to see you all then. Thanks, everyone.
Yeah, I just pretend like I'm dumb on the YouTube channel. And as my victory present, he gave me this flawless, this on-card auto Breeze card. I love the picture on this one where he's diving into the end zone. I actually think I remember which game this is from. That shows you how many times Breeze actually scrambled and dove to the end zone. It was not something that happened very often, but thanks very much to Chris. I was not expecting that at all. But that was fun, that Price is Right challenge, as I wove my way through the competition, really cut through them like butter to win that thing. So
dealers were buying this by 10 and 20 and 30 at a time.
Great seeing Chris there. We went Friday night and had a really nice dinner, and it was good just catching up with him. Of course, he's buying collections, has a great channel, Baseball Card Collector Investor Dealer, if you have not checked it out yet. Overall, one of the nicest guys and just one of the good guys in the hobby. He's always just very accommodating and always fair with his transactions. And I bought a card. One of my viewers also came up and said, hey, I've got some Stranger Things cards, and I bought this one. It is a Will Byers. It's from the Upside Down set. It's an on-card auto. It's numbered to 25, and he has some other things that I'm probably going to buy off of him as well. It's cool to run into Stranger Things cards collectors because there's probably like 8 of us in the whole world, so it was cool to run into him. And just to be able to talk to people as a whole that come up, and either they know the channel or they don't, but you just talk about sports, you talk about all the things going on in the world. That part is fun for me. All right, I think I've got some clips from the show. Frank, if you can throw those up there. Thank you. A little Friday afternoon action at the Chantilly Card Show. SGC was really busy. Actually, one of the guys I work with over there, he was too busy to talk on Friday, but I was able to catch up with him late in the day. SGC had a very, very busy show. And Pristine Auction, one of my other channel partners, they were there as well. Got channel partner Pristine Auction set up here in the house for autograph stuff. Pretty cool. This was really cool. So this show in particular, you guys know from watching, I am a football card guy, really. I'm a diehard New Orleans Saints fan, season ticket holder. There wasn't any Saints players here for signing. Frankly, there's just not that many that could be signers, sadly. But there was some huge football names at this show. And for me, that was like heaven. But we're talking about Emmitt Smith, Trevor Lawrence, the big money guy, the $270 million man. He was there. I also got pretty up close to a lot of these guys. Thanks to the show folks for granting me some behind the scenes access. I walked right by Kurt Warner. I walked right by Emmitt Smith. It was really cool to kind of see what was going on behind the scenes, but it's just a sea of helmets and jerseys back there. And you love these metallic Ravens helmets. Ray Lewis is here today, so this is pretty damn cool. All the metallic helmets. Some of the backroom area here at the Chantilly show. The old Cool Bucks helmets before they change it to that nasty pewter. Of course, I'm a Saints fan, so I can't stand it, but these are my favorite Bucks helmets. But man, it's just a sea of stuff for signings. All for signings. Learning the ins and outs of how that all works on the back end with autographs is really fascinating for me. I did meet with Joe, one of the managers of the show. He manages CSA Chantilly as well as the Philly show, and the 3 partners, they are running the National Card Show. Good, again, kind of have a discussion with him, learn a little bit about how they do things, why they do things, and so forth. So great to meet Joe in person, and excited to kind of keep that going, keep that dialogue going. The show as a whole was pretty busy on a Friday. I mean, Friday, of course, people are working and so forth. I thought that it was really busy. This is my first one, so I don't have anything to compare it to, but that Friday was slamming. Saturday, to me, felt a lot like Friday. I thought that maybe it would be a little bit busier on Saturday, but again, I don't have anything to compare it to, and I know that June in particular is kind of a summer month where a lot of people are traveling and so forth. They're outside, so less likely to, in the 100-degree heat, to be inside at a card show. But overall, and again, with these card shows, I think it's important for just viewers to recognize that if you want to get out and just kind of talk with like-minded people, whether that be dealers or other collectors, they had a huge kids trade night on Friday night. That was a success. And then also on Saturday night, they had kind of that main trade night. But it's an opportunity to meet with other dealers or meet with other collectors, hobbyists, and pick their brain on what they're doing, how they're collecting, how they're speculating, how they're investing in quotation marks. That part is great because you have people doing all sorts of different things. There's a lot of people there that are just in there, completing a checklist. They're buying, $1 cards, $3 cards, 10-cent cards. They're just going through and filling a binder out, filling a set out. Then you have people that are there on the high end that are buying big cards. One of my viewers that came up to me, he bought a SGC 7 52 Topps Maze. That's a monster card. So you have that 52 Topps Maze on one extreme, and then of course you've got, dollar cards and 50-cent cards on the other, and everyone is just having a great time. I'm a geek at a card show, I really am. I'm there just with a goofy smile on my face because it just kind of brings me back to Panama City, Florida when I was 10 years old and I was in the Panama City Mall, and literally the entire shopping mall was just covered in tables, people set up, and people selling cards in the shopping mall. And it's the same sort of feel, except now, of course, I'm that age. I'm the age of the dealer that was there in 1990. They were trying to sell 89-90 Hoops David Robinsons and 89 Upper Deck Ken Griffey Jr.'s and 89 Score Thurman Thomas and that sort of stuff.
We're giving you the uncut Key Craze uncut set.
So to me, it's no real surprise that card shows just remain strong, remain very busy. Again, it's just an escape, and you don't have to spend $1 zillion. That's another thing to note as well when you go out to a card show. A lot of times I think social media will highlight, and I think this is just society as a whole, it highlights the brand new Corvette that's coming out. It highlights this high price thing over here, maybe to draw an interest, but don't think that you have to buy a $1,000 hobby box to participate in the hobby. There's a lot of people that were there just for the autographs. It was amazing kind of the intimate part of the autograph pavilion at the Chantilly show. You were very close to these athletes. Again, Emmitt Smith, Michael Irvin, Trevor Lawrence, who he had a little bit of an off season, but this is a huge year for him. He's a big time name in the NFL, obviously. Carson Beck was there, the starting quarterback for Georgia, who might be contending for a national title this year. Probably will be a first round pick next year. Bo Nix, who just got drafted, was there. So, I mean, you show up at this thing, you're seeing a whole ton of athletes. Even if you haven't even bought anything to get signed, you're literally you're 50 feet away from them. It's incredible. It really is. So, I think there's a lot to be said for card shows as a whole. So the show as a whole was a success, very well run, great location too, a lot of restaurants and hotels nearby. So if you have not been to the Chantilly Card Show yet, I give it a thumbs up. Check it out. All right, my friends, stay healthy, stay awesome. Be careful out there in this heat. It's about 100 degrees here in North Carolina. And I will talk to you again later.